funny, in keeping with Mr. Beckwith's theme, but no, in all seriousness, I've talked to a bunch of parents in the district, and there are some things that, we, and I'm using we as a general we in this as I speak, because my kids are in the Carmel Clay district, but that we have in terms of requests by the school to make sure that our students are safe. I want to quickly start by saying that Micah Beckwith is a member of Moms for Liberty, Purple Parents, and multiple other organizations that have been classified by the Southern Poverty Law Institute as domestic terrorist groups. And as you know, for our students, when we have domestic terrorist threats, for example, gun violence, we prepare our students by preparing the whole school. We don't just, take care of those students who are right by the windows or right by the doors. Everyone prepares. And so in that vein, we would like, as parents with our rights, to hopefully lay out some things for the school district, in particular that school, for when Mr. Micah Beckwith shows up on campus.
Okay, and see, that's one thing that gets me also is they're all for parents' rights when it's their things that they're wanting to push. But if you say, well, I don't want you pushing that at my kids, then you don't have that right anymore. You're not really considered a parent. It's now their freedom of religion. And whatever it is, their rights are superior to anyone else's. And that's because of a warped, sick view of religion that Beckwith has, that he's pushing on, wanting to push all over the place.
Yeah, and it's really actually interesting because a recent article that came out with, Beckwith, and I think I sent it to you. I mean, literally in the title of that, it or maybe not the title, but he's talking about this idea of getting we're not doing this parent I don't know how he explained it. He's like, basically, we don't need to be having this parent government, involvement in our schools. And then on the same breath, right, it becomes back to parents' rights. So yeah, exactly what you were saying.
Yeah, because that's also part of they're wanting to make a claim on everyone's rights, and they
Christianity, right? Being better Christians.
So, well, is there anything else to add as far as latest developments on the Beckwith front?
Yeah, so what I wanted to do really quickly is just go over some of the things that the parents that I have heard from have asked, and we're going to be putting this in writing and sending this to the school district. It can also be a template for all of the people that are watching this all over the state, as Mr. Beckwith, I'm sure, right, because of his personality disorder, is going to try to push into all of these schools. So we're hoping to kind of, get this going. Let me just start. One of the things that happened that Micah talked about when all this went down with the Westfield Washington schools on that little show with like that fake journalist, what's his name or whatever he tries to, Rob. Yeah. Anyway, he's like so irrelevant, and so his show. But anyway, Beckwith went on there and I'm losing my train of thought. Let me go back to what we're going to be asking the school and see if I can remember that.
Sure.
I know what I was going to say about that. He spoke about on that show about a situation in Westfield School that had happened about 2 weeks prior when a female child took a picture of a transgender girl in the bathroom, in the girl's bathroom, and then posted it to her social media account. That child's father took that picture unedited with the child's face on it, this trans child's face on it, and posted it to his social media. Now he got backlash from the school, legal, who called and were like, this is endangering a child, you have to take it down. But Micah noted that story twice on these little podcasts that he did in support of what this man did. So let me clarify, in support of posting, right, and harassing this child, Micah was referencing this and how upset parents were that there was a trans girl in the bathroom and blah, 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 and repping this man who had put this child in danger. So that's where I'm going to stop there and tell you that one of the biggest concerns I think that parents have is like, where's Micah going to be in their space? Where's he going to be in the school? Who's he going to be around? And so what we are asking is that Micah is with a uniform officer at all times when he's in that school. Also, because of the bathroom situation, we are going to ask that Micah is not able to use student bathrooms, or if he does, he will be escorted in there by the police. And in those instances, we would like, hopefully, that his phone is not out, right? He can't be recording our students, and we have concern for that. That's one thing. We think a uniformed officer should be walking him around the school so that students are aware and can, right? Move about. We think that parents this time, right? Because we're talking about domestic terrorist threat, and these are our parental rights. We want parents to be able to show up in that classroom if they feel uncomfortable that their child is doing it. Now, I will note that more than half of the class have opted out to see Beckwith on their own. These are children on their own that this was before had opted out. So he's not going to have a full class, but those students in the class should have a right to have their guardians with them. We also are asking at the school cell phone policy we ask that students will be allowed to use their cell phones and record what Mr. Beckwith says, right?
Yeah,
Which
just
is
so we're clear also, you're
Mhm.
saying Beckwith shouldn't have a cell phone to be able to record, but the kids should.
Yes, or if he has a cell phone, the police officer who is in charge of him should make sure that he is not audio recording or video recording anything or taking pictures in the school. Certainly the bathroom is a
Yeah.
big place where he's going to need to really hold his urine or whatever if he want. Yeah, and so also we're encouraging teachers to take off that day. Once we get a date finalized, there'll be students that are taking off. We're going to be getting in touch with ancillary people like the cafeteria, the bus drivers, the people that are cleaning the school, and ask them to take a day off. Go ahead, Mark. Let me let you speak a little bit.
No, that was what I was wanting to ask about. So you answered my question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, then this is Civil Discourse now. We're entering the last month of the year 2024. Cassie, thank you very much for being on here.
Thank you. And anyone watching this, just please add to that list. You can message me, okay, with any concerns.
Yay!